Okay, hello and welcome everybody. Hey, before we get started, I see we have Beverly Neal Clinton on. Beverly, I'm dying to know how to go with the new baby.
Oh, she is amazing. And I was down there last night and still loving up on her. She just has the most amazing little spirit. She's so calm. And I asked her mom, I said, does she normally sleep for 4 hours? And she said, no, she's never slept in 4 hours in the 6 days she's been on this earth. So I think we were just exchanging love, and thank you for asking. It was a perfect prelude for me to be through this election today, and then I'll be able to breathe completely.
Yeah. Well, we're just holding the space one for your successful bid for office. I absolutely know.
Thank
I'm
you.
witnessing it now. And
Thank you.
congratulations on
Thank
your
you. And I just want to reiterate, last week's call was off the chain. It was powerful. I walked away just head in the air, feet on the ground. It was amazing.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I realize the real work that I love to do. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're a coach. Why don't you talk about goals or hey, about you put together book groups, you did this and this. Why don't you talk about that?" So at my heart, I'm a healer, and it's about the energy and connecting into that greater part. So I think you're going to be seeing some new things in my content in this next few weeks. But thank you so much. That was actually very powerful for me too, because honestly, it was channeled. It just came right through.
My
Um,
heart's fluttering even now.
yeah, it did. Let's see. Well, I think hopefully everybody's out voting. Let's see.
Yes.
At the time of this recording, it's election day, and that all of our folks are stuck in line. But I just want to say welcome, and we're going to go ahead and gather. Our group today is small but mighty, and we're going to do something really powerful today. We're going to be setting our intention. This is the first of the month, the first week of the month, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting our intention. But it's at the time of this recording, it is November. And as you're setting your intention now, it really is setting it for the rest of the year and to get that great start for the coming year. And so we're going to do that. But also, when I say that, if there's anything, if you have an idea to do something, if you get pulled or a call, you have a desire, you go, hey, I want to get this going, but it may be too close to the holidays, do it anyway. Um, I know in my little sphere of influence, um, when we were out teaching the live seminars, promoting a live 3-day seminar, people are surprised at what a short turnaround we had. Like, we might have less than 6 weeks to promote, because a lot of times opportunities came at one meeting and we were invited to another, and we had hosts who put groups together. But we had meetings, we get 3-day workshops. The first week of December was always great. Second week, we had no problem getting that booked. And then we would have a mastermind call like after Christmas, right, to set the intention for the new year. And I would be booked out with clients for one-on-one sessions and really selling a lot of coaching packages in that last week. So please don't think that it's too late. You are exactly on time. And we're going to set an intention for whatever it is that you want to create. It could be in your business, it could be in your personal life, it could be in your health or relationships. But when we're setting an intention, we want to make sure that it is something measurable so that when it arrives, you will notice it, right? Very often we just want to feel better, but that's really so subjective, isn't it? We just don't want to be miserable. We don't want to be struggling. We don't want to have to be dealing with the issues over the issues, right? We don't want to deal with that stuff. But the truth is that life is going to happen. right? And unless you really can figure out how to make a measurable, right? If you're struggling and you're going, I'm tired of worrying about bills, well, guess what? You could still be paid paycheck to paycheck without worry. Okay. You can still have very little and be free of struggle. So, what do you actually want? Maybe you want to start with, when I wake up, I want to face the day feeling energized instead of worried. Great. I want to start the day excited. And that would be like my wonderful client that I had for a long time, uh, Jerry, who's in England. And he said, I wake up in the morning and the first thing is I'm worried about bills. And then I'm thinking about all the crap I'm going to have to do that day. And then I'm remembering the fight I had with my son, right? And then he just started the day with the worst thoughts. It's like they were sitting at the foot of the bed waiting to hit him. And what he had initially come to me for was he wanted to increase his intuition. So, because he wanted to leave his business, and there's a whole other story there. He wanted to leave his business and go into Forex trading full time. And he was having kind of spotty results. And he knew he had intuition. He knew that he had the knowledge, but there was a disconnect. And that a lot of times when I work with people, it's like, what is the disconnect between knowing and not knowing? What is the crux of the issue? What is the belief or the program that's stopping you? Right. And then we figure out what needs to happen in order to align these two so that you can take confident action. So the first thing is like, well, let's take a look at how you're going to sleep. And let's set an intention even before you go to sleep. And even in the morning when you wake up, before you have the time to think, lay in bed and ruminate, sit up and just say, and make that affirmation, today I choose to have a beautiful day. And if there would be something that would come up, said, I'm going to choose to love. He just kept making new choices, is my little teaching here. So with that in mind, when we're setting an intention, what new choice do you have to make? And we're just going to kind of allow you to just open that space, because so many times we're trying to move away from, we're trying to avoid, we want things to disappear. But how can we meet our, how can we create a vision from our greater self? And that involves a new choice. So I'm going to ask you just to close your eyes, think for a minute. Initially, you might go, I'm going to stop choosing to be a dumbass. No, don't talk to yourself like that. Don't do that. So what we're going to do is, I want you to just align to, like when I said we're setting our intention, just take a breath, tune into your heart. If you notice, I'm always having you connect into your heart. Why? Because your heart actually has more neurotransmitters, has a bigger neural network, and that's where our wisdom abides. So look down, tune in, thinking about your intention. This month, I want to make more money. This month, I want to start my business. This month, it's time to move houses. This month, I'm going to get organized, whatever that is. Ask yourself right now, if you're tuning into your heart, like you're looking down, what new choices do I need to make so that I can manifest my intention? It could be big, it could be small. Make a little note when the answer comes. If you're just tuning in, and you have probably gotten this before, I have the workbook that has a daily practice in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our intention. We're going to format the command. And then we're going to talk just a little bit about how to do a daily practice. I've done other teachings on this. I actually want to pull back and not do so much teaching on this because I want to do a deeper dive on this and do a, like, how can we really in 90 days make a massive change? And this has been bothering me. How can we do this from a place of spirit, from our heart? How can we bring in the right energy, raise our consciousness? And so I am putting together a special program, a special cohort. Actually, it's a very short group coaching program. And if you think you're ready to stop circulating and going backwards, or if you just feel stuck, type in "send me info about the cohort." Okay, send me info about the cohort and I'll send you something directly. But we are going to talk a little bit about how to do a daily practice so that you can support it, keep it top of mind, because I have ADHD. Unless I have a sticky note right here telling me what I'm doing, I will get distracted. And that's been one of my best tools. And then we're going to do the 6 steps of the one command. Okay. So let me just tune into the group. Let me stop the share for a second. And what I want to do is I want to help you format a command around your intention. Okay. So I want to just check in, and I want to get feedback. The group really works best when we're talking together. Who agrees? Right. I think it's best when we are having a conversation. Hey, Sandra, you are top of the line. I'm going to go ahead and grab you, and we'll start with you right away. Whether you're ready or not. Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Ready or not, here we come.
Well, first I have a question. What did you mean about cohort?
Oh, I want to put together, it's a cohort is not quite a full coaching program, but we're like, when I work with people, I like having one clear intention, and then we're going to work on that one intention for a certain period. And this is going to be a 6-week cohort. And what we're going to be doing is, let's set the intention, what needs to change, right? And we're going to focus on this one main thing. And we're going to look at the beliefs, the energy, how can we set up a new, what new habits do we need to create in order to support it? So it's a little shorter coaching group. It's a little longer than a class, shorter than a coaching group.
So what, a bunch of people would be like this, where we have a small group all working at the same
We're
time?
going to have a small group. That's the vision. That's my intention. I'm telling you, my intention is put together a group between, and it'll be, I really want to get it started actually pretty quickly, because I've got all the materials together. So, but first I need to just find out if people are interested, and then set up time to find out what people actually need, and that way I can fine tune the group. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
I know you got all that new information. We'll take it. So what we're asking right now is, what is your intention? What is it you would like to attract, create, or manifest? Like, set your intention today, and you can actually say, hey, in the next 30 days or the next 90 days, what do you really want to create for yourself?
I was kind of run up against, I don't know, mostly because I don't have faith in it.
Okay.
And so it's like kind of like naming the thing that I want to create is almost painful.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's just reminding me how things haven't worked out.
Okay.
A lot of things have, but a lot of things haven't.
That is probably the number one block to most people moving forward. is I tried
Mhm.
before and I kept failing. I wanted it. I did the stuff, or I just couldn't get the energy. I couldn't trust myself to do it. Right. So for you, it really is I don't know how I allow myself to want what I want. Right. I don't know how I give myself permission to want what I want. That doesn't sound quite grammatical, but that's where
Mhm.
you have to start.
Okay.
And then it would be, I don't know, because a lot of times we say the second one, and then what comes up is the actual resistance. And you go, I know I want it, but things don't work out for me. Right.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know how things work out for me. And then you just keep meeting each consideration until it feels peaceful. So
That's helpful.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. And I absolutely know that you're going to remember not only what you want, but how to get it. And you're going to remember how powerful you are, truly are. And I support you.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. You always come up with the best questions. I'm going to tune in with Alvaro.
Hi, Kathryn.
Hello.
My question is, it's like Sandra's. I have found myself questioning the effectiveness of my commands. Somehow there's a voice back there saying it's not gonna work, it's not gonna be enough, it is not so easy. And I would like to change that. I would like to have more powerful commands, more. I don't know if this is a matter of faith or belief, but it's happening.
Okay. So one way to think about it, I like Byron Katie, right? And one of the things I remember someone saying, "Well, I really want a car, but I can't get the car." And she says, "You don't want the car." He says, "No, I really want a car. I need the car. I believe in my ability to get the car, but I don't know why I can't get the car." And she's like, "No, you really don't want the car. You have a conflicting desire." And so you
Yeah,
may desire your commands to work, but also you may have a conflicting desire to be safe. You have a conflicting desire to not be criticized. I'm just making this up, right? You have a conflicting desire, like something is frozen there, right? That is, again, giving you permission to state boldly what you want with or without anyone's permission. This is a big one. I do feel like it kind of comes back to a conversation we had a few months ago after your mom passed personally. And so it would be like, I even hear like, who am I to want this much? I was taught to be humble, and I was taught there are these ways to do it, right? So you have to be humble, but you're supposed to be a master of a business, right? So let's just tune in. And so if you have to have a new choice, the first thing is I'm going to choose myself. Because I know you probably feel a big responsibility to take care of family, take care of everyone, right? And put yourself last. So just tune into that. And here's this thought. What if it's just as true? If you choose yourself first, that gives everyone else permission to choose themselves. And we can be together in integrity rather than fear or obligation. Do you feel that energy already moving?
yeah,
Yeah, it's just moving.
yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how I have the courage to continue to, I don't know how I have the courage to command. I only know I have the courage to receive as well now, and I am fulfilled.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Whew, that's a book right there. We got a whew. You know, we have healers on this group, and Alvaro is a beautiful healer and teacher. Your healing activates the healing in millions. Okay. So please be more selfish. Please.
I'll be more selfish.
Okay. I love you.
Thank you.
All right. And let's see. And now I'm going to go ahead and tune into Beverly. Whew. Oh, let's see. Let's unmute. There we go.
Thank you. The thing that comes up for me is in the midst of this election, I see very clearly the opportunity economy. And at the same time, there's this part of me going, yes, it's wonderful to have an opportunity. And it would be even better if once you made this money made money for you.
Yeah.
So one of my projects, and it is a nonprofit organization that I've purchased scholarships for to provide to students that teaches them. This is beyond financial literacy. This is really teaching them about how to have 100-year tax-free bank, how to have how to have a charity and to give to that charity and to actually have the charity receive a tax break as well as you receive a tax break.
Yeah.
How to create foundations, all of those things that many people don't know and certainly don't understand. And to demystify that and then have those people go back into their community by creating a grassroots effort to then shore that community up, giving it a better foundation and then something from which to build and then spring forth.
Yeah.
So that is my vision, and I believe in it so much so that I have literally sank my entire savings into it because I believe in it that much. It, however, has not come to fruition yet. So as I was hearing the stories that came ahead of mine, the one that, oh, you really don't want it that much, or the how dare I? And then there's another part of me going, somebody's got to do it, so might as well be you, for one. And then two, it's what am I doing to stop that dream to come into fruition?
Yeah. I feel like, thank you for sharing all that. I feel like you have been waiting for your moment, and what's happening like astrologically, and this is a time of women and women our age being in leadership because of bringing our wealth of experience. The world is saying, now we want to know. Like, we kind of went through a period of being invisible, speaking of older women, but older people in general, right? Where's the power? Where's this? I feel like you're about to step into your moment. And you have been on you've been on many tracks, right? And what I'm just tuning into, it's like you've got to be able to marshal more energy to it. You've got to pull your energy back from some projects, because how many people got excited when they heard what she was talking about? And this is a huge opportunity. In South Fort Worth, Texas, it was art grants that saved the whole South Side of Fort Worth and brought back millions of dollars of business.
Wow.
And independent, all the grants that were available for homes, the grants that were available for business startups, but they were able to really use art endowments, and they saved all these beautiful historical buildings. Small businesses came up, neighborhoods were saved. I was part of a big project called Victory Art Center that converted a convent that was slated for destruction and turned it into homes for artists. Really exciting.
Wow.
So there you are, really the right person, and you're right, you're in New Mexico, right? And so
Mhm.
that's what's going to be lifting New Mexico and your city in particular up out of poverty. It's going to be lifting millions out of poverty and then there's a big push for small businesses. So I
Mhm.
think, and I think this is the year of the woman, and it is the year for the independent business person. So you're going to have to make a new choice of one, recommitting to it. And then this is a creation. You created this, and this is your baby. You have a literal new grandbaby, right? And you felt that energy, right? It's
Yeah.
more than
Yeah, yeah.
love. Like grandma activations are a real thing. Like we become the keepers. It's
Mhm.
incredible. Did you feel it? It's like the
Yes.
importance, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
This is your baby. Your and even the office you're running for is going to be instrumental in getting the support that you need and building the relationships and the foundations. It has just been incubating. Okay. But I would say talk to it as if it were an intelligence, an entity, and say, what do you need from me? And recommit to it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right. So so we started with your intention. What's the new, hey, what new choice do you have to make? And then your command is going to be, hey, I don't know how. I don't know how. Let's see. It's about bringing it out of the idea into the physical realm. So I don't know how this idea, this foundation is brought out of the mental realm into the physical realm. I only know it is now, and I am fulfilled.
Thank
So
you.
you've got some of the things I know you've got some of your collateral material and you've done a lot of work on it, but now
Mhm.
there's things to make it real. So
Thank you.
it'll talk to you. It'll tell you.
Good.
Does that make sense?
It does. And I got a confirmation with my body and the chill. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Pia, I'm not going to ask you to appear on camera if you don't want to, but if I could hear, there you are.
Here I am.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous girl. How are you?
I'm good. So a lot of it resonates what you spoke with the others. I think for me, it's just that there's a disconnect between conscious and subconscious around manifesting what I desire. And to be exact, clients, it's fine on the financial end. I would say that that's where the block is right now, and
Okay.
it feels like it's an energetic block more than anything because I've done the work. So I don't know.
All right. So you could just command for, I don't know how I reverse the polarity of all of my energetic blocks. I only know the path is clear now and I'm moving forward. Now and I am fulfilled. Hey, who else feels the energetic block? You don't know what it is. You feel like boom, boom. Can we go ahead and do that command right now? All right. So everybody, we're just going to go ahead and align. And we're just going to, we've already tuned into our heart, light up your heart. The master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. So very often we get very small in our brain, our thinking, our emotions. And I want you to just, hey, if you knew what creating white space in your thoughts was, made having a little room to wiggle in your energy body to expand, there it is. Just do a little self-scan. And you know how the blocks are manifesting, but you may not know what the block is or where it's located. And we're speaking about energy blocks. I'm tuning in, like personally, I'm seeing mine in the throat chakra. And as soon as I tuned into it, I could feel a little ache in my neck. Just notice how you're physically experiencing the energy block. Roll your eyes up, go up to theta. And I don't know how, I am reversing the polarity on my energy blocks. Hey, this got reworded. I only know that everything that once stopped me and blocked me now enables me and empowers me. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Just let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater. It serves more good. And now, because we've made some room and we've been able to observe that, now we've reversed the energy. It's releasing. And now just allow this new download of consciousness to arrive as you're coming back down into your body, bringing your awareness to your heart, receiving in gratitude, unwinding, 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 rewinding, rewinding, rewinding. And then we always do that little before and after. So if you think about, hey, what was the block before? How is this situation? How does this situation enabling you? If you go, oh, I don't have much money, that a block caused lack of money. Well, I wonder how all of this enables me to create what I actually want. There we go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Oh, we said small but mighty. What are you noticing now? Yeah. Let's see.
Not noticing anything right now, but it's more like a planting a seed kind of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shifting the perspective.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of unwinding, rewinding. You could be cooking on this for a couple of days. So take care of yourself, drink a lot of water, be curious.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you.
honey. Thank you. Okay. All right, Shamim. Oh, you're saying I feel really good. Okay. I think, when we work with one or two, it really makes a big difference. And Larry's saying he doesn't have a microphone, but so Larry, if you want to type in to the questions, but I'm going to go ahead and tune in to Emily. And oof, how are you doing, girl?
Hey, I'm, there's a ambulance going down the street. I'm doing okay. Well, I don't know if I'm doing okay. So I think I've been, with all this mess with my mother, transitioning back to Mexico, moving, it's been kind of an overwhelming couple weeks. And I've gotten out quite a bit, which has been nice to see all my friends again and whatever. But I still feel kind of lonely. I feel like I've got to get to work. I have started a death doula course.
Yeah.
I've had my broker in Florida reach out to me and to share some new listings, maybe to help me out a little bit. And then I just feel like I'm just complacent. I just feel like I don't want to do anything. I mean, I want to get my there must be a wreck down the street. I apologize, but I'm loving my new. I have a really uh, I'm living in what I would consider more of a dump than I would normally
Okay.
go for. But I'm trying very hard to save money. But I have found this place to be actually very endearing, and the people here are fantastic. And many have lived here for 10 years. It's just an old condo, it's just not modern, but it's very Mexican. And but I just cannot seem to get myself disciplined to get these things moving. I don't know if it's just because I'm just tired. I just don't have any enthusiasm right now about where to go
Okay. So you want to get back
with
to work?
my death doula thing.
Okay.
I'm only on 2 weeks, and it's a 10-week course with caring for. So I it's just kind of like studying the death doula at the same time when I'm caring for my mother, who's going through this, that, and the other. It's like I'm living it in a way, but I'm not really
Yeah.
getting disciplined and spending an hour or two a day on the computer taking my classes.
Okay.
And I can take them at my leisure. It's a 10-week class, but I'm just feeling, and I'm waking up just like we were talking earlier. I wake up in a panic.
Yeah.
Like I've got to get this done. I've got to do this. But the more I panic, the less I want to do it.
Yeah, because that puts you in the freeze mode.
Does that make sense?
Oh, and I apologize. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but they're cutting the grass right by my window. So
Yes.
I apologize.
So we're all got noise
all right.
issues to deal with here.
So yeah,
but
bros, you
I'm
got
just feeling
this.
complacent.
I think you're mentally and emotionally tired. I think you're tired. And then you're criticizing yourself and calling
I
yourself
am.
lazy and disorganized.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then the more you criticize yourself, that causes you to shut down more because you're labeling yourself as lazy and you're calling yourself disorganized, right?
Yes.
So
100%.
all right. So
Yes.
how about, Shameen, we will get to you right after this. What if you could have a new choice in how to talk to yourself about what your energy is, what your situation is? How would you reframe that? What would you say to yourself?
I guess I would say it's all going to work out, and just take my time. And I don't know how. I know exactly which direction to go in. I just it will happen for me. That it will all come together for me.
Yeah.
But at this moment, I am feeling guilty, complacent. Just not very motivated.
Yeah. So your amygdala is
I'm getting
frozen.
moved in, and I'm kind of making a lot of progress.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to share a little technique. I used to do this with people when I worked in offices, and it was called like I would do like a 30-second nap, but we're going to do a deep freeze. And then we're going to do a rapid thaw on your, I don't know, I'm being told to take you down and bring you back up. but we're going to go into it. We're not going to resist it. Okay. So right now, before I even do anything, just acknowledge, hey, I'm in a safe place, right? And I have to tell you, one of my favorite places to live was here in Burke in this old 1912. It was like a construction worker's cabin. Like it's like a large studio, but it's a house under these big trees. And the sink, I had to wash in a dishpan and throw my water out the back window and go to my daughter's house to take a shower because the plumbing was crap in it. But I felt so happy and safe in that crappy little house. And that house had this energy and vibe. And when I opened the doors and the wind blew through, I felt like I was in a villa, right? And I was
Yes.
nurtured,
Yes.
safe, and I just kept finding more and more to love and appreciate about it. And that place, the energy was up and supported me. And it really took me through a dark time.
Yes.
Okay. That's when I was going through all the liver stuff and I had no energy. And I made a ton of money despite being very, very sick. Okay. So right now, I want you to just get centered, be in your body. Everybody, let's just do this together. You got something you're frozen on. And just say, I'm frozen. And I'm going to be frozen. You can just think it. I'm going to do everything in my power to stay frozen until I no longer need to be frozen. Just drop into that nothing. Occupy that not enoughness. Whatever idea you have around lack, and just allow this white space, this energy to be around nothing, frozen, lack, laziness. Drop down into it even more. Touch the bottom of it like you're dropping down to the bottom of the pool with your feet, and then you're just going to shoot back up. And what's the opposite of that? I'm energized and on purpose. And now just claim, I am energized and on purpose.
I am energized and on purpose.
And I'm going to be energized and on purpose.
And I will be. And I will be. And I'm going to be.
Energized and on purpose.
Energized and on purpose.
And I'm going to do everything in my power.
Do everything in my power.
To create an atmosphere.
To create an atmosphere.
To raise the energy.
Raise the energy.
To bring in the relationships.
To bring the relationships.
That support my energy and my purpose.
To support my energy and my purpose.
And I'll do all this and more.
I'll do all this and more.
Until I absolutely know myself.
Until I absolutely know myself.
As one who is energized and on purpose.
As one who is energized and on purpose.
Just breathe into that. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so between knowing and not knowing, you're just going to love yourself. Okay. You've been through a lot. And you're like Beverly. When that moment arrives, you're going to be rested. You're going to see it and you're going to take action. And you're not going to go backwards. You're not going to make money the way you used to. Okay. Does that feel true? I see it.
Yes.
Look at her lighting up, guys. Feel your own energy. Yeah. Thank you.
I feel much better. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're my pleasure,
Very
darling.
good.
Thank you for speaking up, telling your truth about that.
Thank you for allowing me, and thank you all that are here with me. All of our hearts are here together
Yeah.
to support each other.
Absolutely.
And I'm so grateful for this group, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Me too. Thank you. Shamim, I'm gonna check in with you right quick. And find out what your news is. Let's see here. Let me pin you. We got just a couple of minutes. What's going on?
Hey, Kathryn, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, first I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. After that one-on-one session on one command, I feel so great and I feel so energized. I'm seeing the result, first result about my husband. He was suffering for the last 2 years and we wanted to file disability. Now he is started Uber again from next day and
Oh.
driving whole day. I cannot believe it.
Wow.
And I was so frustrated, when I lost the job, but I'm taking positive. I'm in mental health and I have diploma in mental health. So, continue education. This message is for everyone. The continue education has saved me. And I have joined school to become a certified personal trainer for seniors.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Yes.
Yes, and it's helping me. I already finished assessment 10 in 2 weeks' time. And before I was thinking, should I join? Should I not? But I'm telling you, it really helps me a lot. And very soon, in a couple of months, I will be certified instructor teaching everyone, and my income will start too.
Absolutely. And you live in a beautiful area where people want personal instructions and they want to get together for
Yes.
classes. And
Now that same company, ISSA, is in America and Canada. They help us with the job at the senior living at all LA Fitness. I go for silver sneaker to LA Fitness. So all kind of gym, they have contract and they help us with the jobs too.
fantastic. Congratulations. And that's
Thank you.
ISSA. Hey,
ISSA.
yes.
In
Emily, pay attention to that one.
yeah, yeah. International senior. One moment. I think I have to find it out to say exactly. I can text you later. It is international. SSA is I can't recollect. So
No, that's okay. ISSA, is it .org or .com?
.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
And plus,
congratulations.
thank you. And, I told you we have our community board with the economic planning board. They are supporting me mentally and emotionally. And they told us, yeah, don't worry about filing bankruptcy for your husband. And someone like before, they were telling me, my saving will be hurt and his debt is my debt. They said nothing will happen like that. Go ahead and find attorney, bankruptcy attorney. So in this group, if someone has any bankruptcy attorney, I'm looking forward to talk to him to file bankruptcy for my husband. And we are good. We are good. Thank you. Thanks to you.
My
Thanks to you,
pleasure. Thank you
Kathryn.
for sharing that. Thank you so much. You
Yeah.
look so much better. You look so
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
And hey, hug your husband's neck for me and take 2 for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, honey. Thank you. And I think we have Nancy. Oh, we got a few more. We have about 10 more minutes, but I want to check in with, we may go over a little bit, but if you need to leave early and want to get on here, be sure and just raise a note. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to tune in with you. And let's see. Hey, how are you doing?
Just hanging in there. How about you?
I'm doing great. Hey, what's your intention that you want to set?
I have a lot of things going on in my life right now. It's like it's a total shit show right now. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. So it's a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. Everybody's going to keep it all stirred up and stay mad until they no longer need to be mad, right?
Yeah.
All right. But no matter what's happening outside of you, I know that you still have some other things that you want to create for yourself, right? And so how can I support you today?
Because there's so many things going on. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay.
Just I want everything to be resolved, and to dissolve.
All right. And then how will you feel once it's resolved and dissolved?
I feel at peace and happy and fulfilled.
Yeah. So when you're thinking about the situation, are you imagining the outcome you want? Are you like going, once we get, if this were all resolved, if this were settled, how would I know? What would be the evidence? Like I'm looking for like what would be a vignette? Like,
Oh, that's hard since like a multiple situations are involved.
yeah. This is kind of a perfect time of year because at Thanksgiving, there's that time of year where, hey, maybe it's just you and one other person, maybe it's you and, several people. And there's the time you're sitting there and you're going around the table and you're saying what you're grateful for. Right.
Yeah.
And so could you imagine? And even if you can't, you could command, I don't know how, to direct my imagination to create a new outcome, which I think would be a good command for you.
Yeah, that's excellent.
I only know it does now, and I am fulfilled. And initially, you're going to have some resistance. This is an area, if this is something you wanted to work on one-on-one, shoot me a message and we can talk about what that would look like. But we have worked with so many people, as Sarah and I, where literally there'd be this one person that was the linchpin that was effing it up for everybody, right? And we would tune in and we would do commands and how to heal really that part of us. So after doing the process, we have so many stories. I have so many stories even, where someone was starting to have a conversation. They go, wait, I need to tell you this. And immediately the other person that was causing all the trauma and drama said, I'm sorry. I realized what I was doing. I must have hurt you. Right. And you're going, oh my God. Yes, those were the words I needed to hear. And it's a heart bridge conversation. And so if that's something you feel like you'd like to work on one-on-one, shoot me a message and we'll set up a time for that. But there is an image of your family that you want to create where everyone's happy, they're getting their needs met. And maybe not everyone's always going to agree, but they can be respectful. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just going to ball all that up. And your command is, I don't know how. I have a new vision of that family. And that vision is made flesh. I don't know why it's like almost biblical language. I only know my family is healed now and I am fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's okay, I've got to share this one little thing real quick.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm going to mute you because the microphone, but it's called the Cup of Forgiveness. And this little process, and it came about when my 16-year-old nephew, Sean, took his own life. And our family, we were very tight knit, but what was going on that his dad was living in one town, mom was another, and Sean was kind of going back and forth. So kind of fell in the cracks. It's like, oh, everything okay? Yeah, I'm good. I seem tired. Everything all right? No, I'm just tired of work and school. And then I'm tired from the drive. And the family there was just, everybody's just doing their own thing. And this literally happened after, like just as I was about to launch my business, and we were going to have a workshop that weekend. And my Sarah was down. It was the whole thing. And of course we were devastated. Sean was like the golden boy of the family. Sean walking around, everybody just go, oh my God, look at this guy. Look at him. He just was so magnetic and beautiful. You would never have guessed. And we already knew there'd come like shame, there'd be blame. We knew about the stages of grief, and we knew we really had to hang together. And I woke up that morning because we were finally get to go see his body for the first time. And I heard so clear, before you grieve, drink the cup of forgiveness. And I was like, okay. Now, we're not Catholic. We don't really do ceremony. Didn't really grow up with any of that besides, like communion, the once a year thing at church. But I told my family, and I said, I saw this glass of wine. We passed it around, and I saw this mirror, and we did this ceremony. And my family was on it. They said, what do we need? Because it was something we could do. And everybody came over, and there's about 15 of us. And I told them the story. And then I told them the story about a mirror. And I'll see if I can find the article to share it. But basically realizing that when we look in that mirror, the only time that we'll ever see Shawnee again is in our own face when we look in that mirror and when we look at each other's faces. And so we passed that mirror around, and we told Sean how much we loved him, or how sorry we were for how we didn't see. And we just each took a moment, and we passed that mirror around. And then we did a little prayer where basically it's like a Sufi prayer Sarah taught me, where it's, I fully and freely forgive you for anything you may have done to me, and I ask that you fully and freely forgive me for anything I may have done to you. Please let there only be love between us. And I got to give this teaching to my family, and then we passed around the cup, and we were unified. And it took us through. And over the next several years, we did that every time we had a family gathering. When my grandmother passed, I got to tell my whole extended family about this, because there's a lot of family rivalry and bitterness. And it healed our family. And we said, you can pick all that up at the other end of that. And that little ceremony was not taught to me, it was downloaded. But first it started with the intention that we know we're going to come together and we want to love each other through this. And before we could love each other, we have to forgive. And that gave my family a moment that we could set it all aside and just be in that moment. I don't know what needs to happen between your family, because the egos seem like they're all really flared up. It feels like there's been some, righteous indignation is what I'm going to say. But at the same time, to change this whole situation, all it has to do is starting with you and choosing to love your family and to create that space for that conversation. And I want to just ask you to trust your inner guidance on what that could look like for you and your family. And it may even just start with you in a mirror. But take that moment to greet the other in love. Okay, because I'm feeling your hurt. There's frustration, but I'm feeling your hurt underneath all of this too. Okay. I haven't really ever talked about this, and I hope it hadn't brought the whole group down, but I hope that little story helps with that idea. So between you and me, beautiful Nancy, let there only be love.
Yes, that's very helpful. I've been reading that all over.
Yeah,
So it's a sign.
yeah. I'll see if I can find the original article, but I think this might be something I'm supposed to be doing at a bigger scale too. So, but I love you, and I'm so sorry you're going through this. And I do trust that you guys are going to work it out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. It seemed like that would make me sad, right? I feel touched and emotional, but there was so much healing that came, and like downloads and teachings like just flowed through. And there was so much growth from that. And I would never wish for that outcome, but I'm going to be grateful for the healing that came from it. All right. I'm going to tune in to Susan now. Let me take a big breath and check in. Hello, beautiful Susan. I just want to check in with you and see what your intention is and what you'd like to attract, create, or manifest. Let's see. I may have to go on. We're right at the ending time, if you know, but I'm going to go ahead and stay on for a few more minutes. And I'm going to move on and check in with Sharon right quick. Sharon, is that you, Shamim? Okay. All right. Well, my goodness. I think we're ending right on time. Thank you, everybody, for being in this space. There's some, I always say, you know, it's like there's this communicating angel that brings a particular group of people together. And we have this intention, the magic comes out of that when we get together. I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am to you, if whether you're here live or you're watching in the replay. And if there's anything I can do to give any help or support to you, please be sure and let me know. When I send the link out, I have a little connection call that we can have where we can talk about your situation and if you'd like to work together. If you would like to know more information about this cohort idea I have for this, it'll be like a 6-week program where we're holding one main intention. What needs to happen? What do we need to clear? What do we need to create? What are the action steps? And what needs to happen in order for you to manifest it? Be sure and let me know by leaving a chat message, and just let me know you're interested in the cohort and I'll give you a link. All right, my loves, I just want to go. I think I'm gonna go cry a minute. Not from sadness, but my heart's full. My cup runneth over. So until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach of Witness Your Mastery. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kathryn.
Thank you.